Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jane Lawrence and I come with a lot of juicy content. 15 possible things that could happen when a man gets vulnerable with a woman. That's what I'm going to be talking about. Ladies, are you ready? Now, when a man is vulnerable with a woman, he does not need to fake his identity or pretend around you. This is because he trusts you to an extent to accept him for who he really is without needing to put up an act. All right. So here are the likely things to happen with men being vulnerable around women, especially women that they love. Okay. Because men get vulnerable with women that they find intriguing. Number one, he is honest with you. Now, one of the signs that he's vulnerable is when he's honest with you. He will tell you everything that is going on around him without needing to hide any detail or information. But unfortunately, most men do not find it easy to get honest with women because they don't know what to expect. They don't know if women can even handle their secrets. Some of these men feel that women are not well suited to handle some of their secrets, their dark secrets. Hence, they will rather keep it to themselves. However, when you discover that a man starts to get honest with you, it means that he has seen you as a safe haven. And he will most likely trust you with some of his deepest fears, his darkest secrets, because he thinks that you've got his back no matter what. Now, number two, he does not fake his identity with you. Another way to know when a man is vulnerable with a woman is when he does not see the need to lie about who he is. See, the moment a man becomes vulnerable with a woman he has feelings for, he becomes his true, authentic self. You might see him as someone who has everything all figured out. You know, life is going on well with him. He's got it all figured out. But when he's vulnerable with you, he will open up to you. Then you will understand that he has a different image created for the public, but only a few people have the chance to see his true self. And you are one of those few persons. That's when you know that he's vulnerable. Now, number three, he confides in you regularly. Now, you need to understand that most men do not confide in women, except if the issue is not too serious. Now, one of the ways to know when a man is vulnerable with a woman is when he confides in her regularly. He confides in you on a regular basis. He knows that he could tell you some things without being judged for it. All right? On some occasions, he will confide in you because he needs your opinion. He thinks you're smart enough to give him ideas. Other times, he just wants to be accountable to you because you have a listening ears each time that he wants to discuss with you about something really big and really important. But overall, he trusts you and he feels safe telling you almost everything. Number four, he begins to value you. When a man is vulnerable with you, women, he will begin to value you. This is one of the ways men treat women who see their vulnerabilities and still make them feel secure, still make them feel like a man. The man has seen this woman as someone who understands him and can defend him even when the world opposes him. This is why he will treat her more specially than other women in his life. He might not be willing to do things for many women, but when it comes to you, when it comes to that special woman who knows his vulnerability, who knows his insecurities and still decide to be with him and not make him feel less of a man, he will sacrifice a lot to make her happy. He knows that her listening ear has made him a better person and he feels indebted to her. Are you getting me? Number five, he feels safe introducing you to his family and friends. Now, if a man begins to introduce a female friend to his loved ones, to his close circle, it's one of the signs that occur when a man is vulnerable with a woman. He's certain that she cannot spill his secrets in public. And if anyone wants to find out about him, she will cover up. This is why he feels safe bringing her into his close friend or his close circle, because her lips are sealed. Also, he needs someone to always watch out for him. And since, he trusts you, he prefers having you around. In some cases, you as this woman might be closer to him than his so-called friends and families. Number 6, he discusses his feelings. Many people believe that, men don't open up. They're very closed up about how they feel. I mean, men are widely known to bottle up their feelings and try to deal with their problems without external assistance, right? Now, this claim has been severely debunked because, many experts have discovered that men discuss their feelings when they feel vulnerable with you. So if you notice that a man keeps telling you how he feels, it is one of the ways to know when a man is vulnerable with a woman. He knows that you will not judge him or condemn him when he discusses his feelings. Number 7, he values your advice. Now, you might think that a man is self-sufficient. Oh, he's got it all figured out. But it would interest you to know that there are some people he looks up to for advice. So if a woman is among the set of people that he is vulnerable with in the way that he asks for advice, then you know that he's vulnerable. He can always reach out to you when he needs a trusted opinion because he values your judgment. Therefore, he finds it easy to share his opinion with you and he knows that you both will put heads together to find an answer or solution to what his problem is. And similarly, before he makes his final decision, he will tell you so that you can approve it. Number 8, a man becomes so vulnerable with a woman when he wants to know more about that woman. So if a man shows his true self, a part of him would want you to reciprocate, even without speaking a word. For example, when a man is vulnerable with a woman, he would want to know more about her to ascertain that you both are on the same page. Also, he wants to be vulnerable with you so that he will tell you everything about himself, so that you will do the same. He trusts that you will not use the information that he gives to you about himself against him. He wants you to feel safe with him when you give out some of your private information too that barely anyone knows about. So when that starts to happen, you know that he's really vulnerable with you. Number 9, when he starts to accept his mistakes, then you know that he's beginning to get vulnerable. Now, one of the major reasons why men don't admit their mistakes is because they feel it is a sign of weakness. All right. It takes courage to accept that you're wrong and you need a way to correct your mistakes. So if a man admits his mistakes to you, it is one of the signs to note when a man is vulnerable with a woman. Owning up to your mistakes is a sign of strength. So doing this to the person that you feel vulnerable with shows responsibility and the willingness to right your wrongs. Now, number 10, he appreciates you. When a guy is vulnerable with you, he will let you know by appreciating you. He would not wait for you to request appreciation before he does it. So with this appreciation, he wants you to know that he's grateful for you being there for him. He appreciates that you are one of the few listening ears he has who would give him genuine opinions and pieces of advice here and there. So most times he would have studied your love language. He would appreciate you in a way that would make you tick. Number 11, he does not hide his feelings when he's upset. And not hiding your feelings when you don't feel good about what someone has done to you is one of the signs that happens when a guy is vulnerable with you. So if you offend him, he will not keep quiet because he doesn't want resentment to grow. Rather, he will discuss his feelings with you so that you will know where you erred and make up for it. Okay? Number 12. He wants to make your relationship stronger if he's vulnerable with you. So if you have asked questions like, what does it mean when a man says he's vulnerable? One of the ways to find out is his intentions for the relationship. When a man is vulnerable with you, he will make efforts to strengthen that relationship. Even though you are friends, he will treat you like one and, do everything to make you happy. Now, when there is conflict, he would be progressive about it to ensure that it is resolved and there are no hard feelings. Okay? That's a man who is typically vulnerable with you, or particularly vulnerable with you. Number 13, when a man is vulnerable with his woman, the woman's friends will notice it. The woman's friends can notice when a particular man is vulnerable with her. Some might even think that, oh, the man is in love, while others might even infer that he wants to be close friends. Whichever way, they will definitely notice the level and quality of closeness between you and that man. They will notice that it is different and special. Number 14, he takes you to meaningful and memorable places. Look, when a man is vulnerable with a woman, he takes her to special places. Some places have special memories for him, and he cannot share this with anyone. For example, he might take you to his childhood home or where he had his first kiss. Now, when you go to some of these places, he will allow you to see a side of him that you've not seen before. Number 15, he is in love with you. When a man is being vulnerable with a woman, there are good indications that he's in love with you, that he's in love with her. This is why he wants her to see him for who he is. He doesn't want to hide anything from her because he wants to be a genuine lover right from the start. So if a woman wants to be sure that a man loves her, there are some signs to check out for. And indeed, these are some of the signs to check out for. So with this information, you now know what happens when a man is vulnerable with you, with a woman. If you discover that someone in your life is showing these signs that I have just given to you, you will definitely need to define the relationship at some point, especially if you guys are not in a relationship. You have to be sure if it is just friendship or something more, because some guys can be vulnerable with just about, any woman. So for men who want to be vulnerable with someone, take your time to be sure that they are the ones before you start committing to them, so that you don't lead women on to thinking that you love them, or you know how women can just, by all the niceness that you show them, they just start to fall for you and start to have an opinion that you really do like them more than usual. Okay, all right then. So this is where we ended. Until I come your way, same time tomorrow. Don't you forget that I love you, and you'll have a swell time. Mwah.